There are all sorts of people who wander into my little café. Travellers, witches, fairies, and, every once in a while, someone who makes even a humble hedgehog like me wonder what sort of trouble they've been running from. One rainy evening, just before closing, the bell above my door rang. A knight stepped inside. His armour was scratched and muddy, his cloak was torn, and he carried a sword far too large for any ordinary journey. But the strangest thing? He never took off his helmet. "Tea?" I asked. The knight nodded. "Something warm to eat?" Another nod. "Are you going to tell me why there's a royal crest engraved on your sword?" He froze. Then, very quietly, he said, "Because I failed the king." I didn't ask any more questions. Some stories need a little time before they're ready to be told, so I brought him honey tea, a bowl of mushroom soup, and the last slice of blackberry pie. He stared at the pie for a long while before finally removing one metal gauntlet. "I haven't eaten pie in 12 years, he whispered. 12 years? He nodded. "That was the last night I saw my daughter." Now, I may be a small hedgehog, but I've learned something from listening to people talk over warm cups of tea. Sometimes the saddest stories begin with the things people refuse to say. So I poured him another cup, and eventually he told me everything. He hadn't failed the king. He had abandoned him. When the kingdom went to war, the knight had been ordered to defend the castle. But his daughter was trapped in a village beyond the battlefield, so he chose her. He left his post, rode through the night, and carried her to safety. By morning, the castle had fallen. The kingdom called him a coward. His daughter called him a hero. And for 12 years, he'd believed neither. When the knight finally stood to leave, he placed a single silver coin on the counter. "Keep it," I said. He shook his head. "Then perhaps I'll return tomorrow." I smiled. "I'll put the kettle on." He reached the door, then stopped. He was crying. "Thank you," he whispered. And then he disappeared into the rain. I never saw the knight again, but every year, on the same rainy evening, someone leaves a basket of wildflowers outside my café door, and tucked between them is always one silver coin.